Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Fluent English. I'm Wisdom, and today we're going to tackle something that almost every English learner struggles with: how to speak English without those long, awkward pauses. You know exactly what I mean, right? You're in the middle of a conversation, you want to sound fluent, but suddenly, silence. Your brain feels stuck, you can't find the right word, and you end up pausing longer than you'd like. It feels awkward for you, and it can feel awkward for the listener too. Now, the good news is this: pauses are normal, but with the right practice, you can minimize them and start sounding much more natural. So, let's start with why we pause. There are a few common reasons. Sometimes you're searching for the right words. Other times you're worried about grammar mistakes and stop to check in your head. Many learners translate from their native language into English, and that extra step slows everything down. And of course, lack of practice plays a role. If your mouth isn't used to forming English sentences quickly, you'll pause more often. Once you know the reason, you can fix it. So let's go through some practical tips. Tip number 1, think in English. This one is a game changer. If you're always translating, you'll always be one step behind. Instead, train your brain to form thoughts directly in English, even simple ones. For example, instead of thinking, how do I say this in English? Just try saying something like, okay, let me explain it this way. It might not be perfect, but it keeps you moving. Tip number 2, use filler words. This is one of the best tricks because native speakers use them all the time. Filler words like, well, actually, you know, I mean, so. These give you a second to think without creating silence. For example, well, I think the best way is, or, so what I was saying is. It keeps the rhythm alive, and listeners barely notice you're buying time. Tip number 3, build your vocabulary in phrases. Fluency is easier when the right words come to you quickly. Don't just memorize single words, memorize chunks and expressions. For example, instead of learning only decision, learn make a decision. Instead of only responsible, learn take responsibility. These ready-made phrases slide out of your mouth much faster than building sentences word by word. Tip number 4, speak in chunks, not word by word. Imagine someone saying, I went to the market yesterday. It sounds broken, right? Now compare it with, I went to the market yesterday. Smooth and natural. When you practice, think of your sentences as groups of words, not single words. Tip number 5, record yourself. This is uncomfortable at first, but so effective. Record yourself talking for a minute or two, then listen back. Where did you pause? Which words made you hesitate? That's where you need to practice. Over time, you'll notice your speech becoming smoother. Let's look at a quick example conversation to hear how this works. Person A says, hey, how was your weekend? Person B says, oh, it was great. I went hiking with some friends. We found a new trail near the river and the view was amazing. How about you? Person A says, that sounds fun. I mostly stayed home, but I finally finished a book I'd been reading. Notice how person B flows from one idea to the next. They use connecting words like and, but, how about you? These little connectors are powerful. They keep conversations natural. Now, how do you train yourself to do this? Here are a few daily exercises. 1, shadowing. Listen to a native speaker on a podcast, YouTube video, or even a TV show, and repeat after them like an echo. Copy their rhythm, speed, and tone. It's like singing along to a song, but in English. 2, 1-minute speaking challenge. Pick a topic like food, your job, or your favorite movie, and speak about it for 1 minute straight. Don't stop. Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is flow, not perfection. 3, storytelling. At the end of each day, tell yourself a mini story in English about what you did. Even something as simple as, I woke up, made coffee, and checked my messages. This trains your brain to think and speak directly in English. Now, I want to pause here to remind you of something important. Fluency does not mean perfection. So many learners confuse the two. Fluency means you can keep going, keep expressing yourself, and keep the conversation alive even if you make mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes too. They forget words, repeat themselves, or correct themselves mid-sentence, but they don't freeze. They keep talking. That's the skill you need to develop. So don't beat yourself up for making errors. The goal is to reduce the long, awkward pauses. Use a simpler word, rephrase your sentence, or use a filler phrase. Confidence is more important than perfect grammar. And here's the best part. The more you practice, the less you'll pause. Over time, speaking will feel natural. All right, that's it for today's episode of Speak Fluent English. We covered why pauses happen, how to fix them, and some simple exercises to train your brain and mouth for fluency. If this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes. And please, leave a comment. I'd love to hear how you're practicing your fluency and whether these tips are working for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, confidence grows with every word you say. You've got this.